Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So, when I'm not half dead, I come to you guys live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And when Facebook or internet works, I do come at Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I at 7 o'clock clicked the button to go live and my computer wouldn't let me go live. So I had to reboot the computer and start from scratch. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being patient with me last week. I knew on Tuesday I was getting a little scratchy throat, but I literally thought it was just how windy the day was, and it was not. I literally felt like I was going to die. So thank you so much for all of the text messages and the well wishes. And thank you to Vicky and Jessica. They actually brought me a care package over. They brought me some popsicles, some soup, some crackers, flowers to make me feel better. Um, so cheese and cracker tray. Literally, they hooked me up and it was absolutely amazing. So thank you, Jessica and Vicky, for that. I literally haven't even had a second. I did take a picture of it, but I have not had a second to post it on Facebook. So huge kudos to you guys. Yes, I am feeling much better, Heather. It's weird because during the day I'm good, but towards the evening I can kind of tell that it's coming back a little bit. But I think I took my last pill. I forget what they gave me, but I think I took it a little too late in the day. So now I think I'm a little hyper. So hopefully I'll be able to sleep tonight because I do have to get up early again tomorrow. But anyway, enough about me and being sick and almost dying. Let's point you over so we can start crafting. I've got lots to show you. So if you're not on my email list, you definitely want to be because I just sent out the information on the spiral binding catalog. So I do this for anybody who wants it. I absolutely love my catalog being spiral bound. I'm going to grab just one of the current catalogs and wipe the dust off of it and just show you the difference. So this catalog I can open because it is current and everybody has already seen it. So let's just say you're trying to find something and you're trying to write down this page suite and you're going to get a piece of paper and your book literally closes. So now you have to find the page all over again. And 99% of the time, even though it just worked, you will never find the page you were looking for. So that is why I love to have my catalogs spiral bound. I can't open the catalog the other way because you'll be able to see the inside of it, but it literally lays completely flat and you never have to worry about it. So I did send the email out today. So check that. And if you're not hooked up on my email, I did put a link in the description before I went live. So let's do the project we were supposed to do last Thursday. So I might have, oh no, they're sitting right beside me. I thought I had taken over the cards that we did on Tuesday. So here are the three cards that we did on Tuesday featuring the Everyday You and Me stamp sets. And loved the way they turned out. We made our own designer series paper. We added some embellishments. You could do the same color. You could alternate the colors. And I wanted to do something else. I try to use the same set all week. So we're going to kind of have to fumble on Thursday for something because I've already used this one last week as well. But I am going to do it again because I already had the card prepped. But on last Tuesday, I didn't showcase the designer series paper that actually matches the scrapbooking kits. So what I love about this is you get 4 sheets. Yes, there's only 3 right here, but I did cut one of them up for the project. But you get 4 sheets of the same design, and it makes amazing, beautiful cards and the scrapbooking pages. So whatever tickles your fancy on making cards or scrapbooks, this set is exactly perfect for you. Hello, Candy. Okay, so let's bring in the card we're going to be doing tonight. So better together. So really you could use this for any occasion. It doesn't have to be really anything. I think you could use it for a birthday, you could use it for a wedding, anything. And I love how simple and elegant the card is. So let's get started. So you're going to start with a piece of Pretty Peacock. This is my normal base that I pretty much do 99% of the time. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4.25. So I'm just going to fold my edges, and give it a nice good crease. You do want a piece of basic white to go on the inside. I forgot and didn't cut them. So you do want to make sure to put a base on the inside of that. We have a piece of the designer series paper. This is 4 inches by 5.25. And then we have 3 pieces of coordinating cardstock. I use the same color, so this is a Pretty Peacock. These are 1.25 by 3 3/4. Yes, 1.25 by 3 3/4. And then your designer series paper, you need 3 of them. They are 1 inch by 3.5 inches. So it is a very easy card to put together, but it's actually a pretty wow card as well. And then your sentiment, this is 1.25 by 3, and this one is 1.5 by 3.25. So I put all of the measurements up before I went live, so you don't have to worry about writing them all down. But I like to just go over them with you guys. Hello, Darlene, welcome. So the first card I did with the flowers on the outside and then the plaid on the inside. This one, I'm going to do all 3 flowers, and then we're going to mix it up. Hopefully I have enough time to do the other 2. So I'm just going to put a little adhesive and just glue these to the center. I swear this is the best way to use up your scraps. So you really don't have to cut your full sheet to get these scraps. When you're already cutting your 4.25 or your 4 by 5.25 card front layers, you're always going to have extra pieces on the end. So that's all I used. So those are all glued together. I brought in some of our Pretty Peacock gold ribbon, and I want to put a strip through the center of it. And sometimes you have to be gentle. Well, you should always be gentle with your cards. But when you don't have a cardstock backing behind this, you just need to be gentle that you're not going to rip the designer series paper. And usually I would put a mini glue dot underneath here, but since we're gluing those 3 panels on the front of it, it's going to hold it down, so you don't have to worry about that. There we go. That looks pretty even. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue this to my card base. There we go. Perfect. And now I'm just going to set the, ooh, did that move on me a smidgen? I think it did. There we go. I'm just going to set these on here just so I can position them, make sure that they are kind of eyeball width apart. I'm not going to literally measure it, but I'm just going to eyeball it. And I think that looks pretty good. And if it doesn't, that's where it's going to go. You're going to lift each one up and glue these down. And it's nice because this paper is not directional specific, so you don't even have to worry about it. There's that. And then Put our last one on. Perfect. And that held our ribbon down as well. So there's that, all done. Let's bring these two pieces in. Now, if you are not the biggest fan of stamping pretty much the exact size of your stamp on your piece of paper, you can make it a smidgen bigger. I wanted to showcase more of the designer series paper, so I really tried to squeeze the better together on a really tiny little piece. And it does fit. It is just definitely a tight squeeze. But I personally liked it because I was able to get not so much of a border. Hopefully that makes sense. And I just re-inked my pretty peacock today, and it is so bright and beautiful. Okay, now while that just dries for a second, I'm just going to scoot it over. Now I should have brought some scrap basic white. Actually, we're going to pretend that I did bring some scrap basic white, and I'm going to stamp a couple of the leaves in wild wheat, and we are going to pretend that this is the flower we're going to be fussy cutting. I think I left the flower over on my desk, but I'm just showing you how to do it. We're not going to technically do it because I did it before I went live. And we're going to stamp a couple flowers, and you'll definitely need more than 2 of the leaves if we're going to make more than 1 card. And then grab your paper snips, and we are going to fussy cut all of these out, and then you're going to snap your fingers, and voila. Or you can twinkle your nose or click your heels. What would you rather do? Do you want to be I Dream a Genie? Do you want to be Wizard of Oz? Or who's the other one that I just said? Just being silly. Okay, grab some dimensionals. We're going to put some on the back. Now on my card, I went over, actually on this one, I went right into the center. I was thinking about going over a little bit to put the bow on this side, but then maybe I got thinking just to leave it in the center, but you could really put this any way you want. I actually thought about going this way, but you cover up pretty much the entire centerpiece. So I think I do like it a little bit better in the center. Well, okay, make sure my card was going the right way. So now we're just going to go ahead and put our flower up in the corner. And I just put a little bit of glue on the card. And I want to put too many dimensionals on the leaves because the leaves aren't going to have anything to hold them up. So having a dimensional on here is going to work. Perfect. Hopefully I got those far enough apart. Hello, Stephanie. And I need a little bit more glue on here. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining. That there. And then with the magic of Facebook Lives, bows have already been tied. And I have one more little trick up my sleeve I want to show you guys. I'm going to put the bow right at the bottom. And I have some of our basic jeweled rhinestones. I don't actually have many left on here, but we don't need that many. And I have my dark wild wheat blender pen, and I'm just going to come in and gently color the rhinestones because I really wanted them to be gold. So I already went over these twice, so I'm going to go over it one more time. As long as you're super gentle, you're not going to mess up your tip of your brush, but you don't want to go super hard when you're coloring these. And that is going to give you the wild wheat rhinestones. And then you can take your pick tool and sprinkle a couple of them on. So there you go. So that is how easy these cards are to put together. And I think they turned out so pretty. I love the contrast of the colors. Okay, let's put another one together. This one is, let's see. Oh, this one's 2 plaid and a flower. I actually can't remember exactly what styles I did because I did it last week. And I really didn't have the kids. I was supposed to have my very first sleepover with Carson Saturday night because Peyton's birthday is today, and Tanner was going to surprise her and take her for a little staycation. And then I had to call Tanner Friday, crying my eyes out because I wasn't able to take him. I didn't want to get him sick. So Natalie ended up taking Carson. And then Natalie called me at 2 o'clock in the morning and asked if I was feeling any better to come pick Carson up because she was sick and going to go to urgent care. So I was not around Natalie while I was sick. So she did not catch it from me. But she actually lost her voice. So she is a lot worse off than I was. And I thought I was dying. So she pretty much said I was not being a baby because she felt every inch of being sick as well. So I ended up getting Carson no matter what, but he didn't technically sleep over. But it's okay. We're supposed to get him on Friday night. So hopefully, knock on wood, nobody is sick. And we will be able to get him Friday nights. So sorry, I'm just chit-chatting. So if you're just logging on, you can rewatch the beginning, and I went through all the measurements and everything, or I put them in before I went live. But this paper is so pretty. If you guys haven't ordered it yet, you probably should put it on your wish list. Very, very elegant. And I just love how all of the paper and the ink and the ribbon, everything just matches so perfectly. I think that's one of my favorite parts. And can you believe the retreat is a week from Thursday? Oh, so excited. And yes, I won't lie, could not afford to have been down for 5 days, but didn't have a choice, so it's going to be perfect. Everything's just fine. Everything's perfect. Isn't that what we tell ourselves? I always say I'm never going to make it, but then I usually do. Okay, there's that. Let's stamp our sentiment and we'll put it together and then we'll be done. Okay, sentiment is right here. This could be a really cute thank you card as well. If somebody took you to lunch or going out for breakfast, you could send them a little thank you card because it is better to do something together. Ooh, I actually like that. I actually might send this. So there's that. And I'm always scared to flip that over right away to put the dimensionals on because it's happened to me before where it shifts a little bit because the glue hasn't quite dried. So I think I'm just going to add more glue to it and make it harder to flip over to glue it to my card base, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Grab some dimensionals. Let's see if I can flip it over. And actually this way, you could really just put your dimensionals right on the flower. So that actually might have worked out better, even though I wasn't expecting it to. And you could really put the mini ones on the top, on the little leaves, but I had the big ones in my hand, so. Perfect. Let's grab our bow. Hello, Mary, welcome. Put our bow right at the bottom and then our gems. Oops. So you can color these rhinestones with any color of our blends. If you want black, you could use our black blends to color the rhinestones. So that is the joy of using blends with these. I love it. I don't do it as often as I should, actually. But there you go. You have to tell me which one you like better. They're all super cute. And I hope you have enjoyed tonight's live. As far as I know, I am feeling better. So I will be back on Thursday for another live. I don't know what we're going to be doing yet. I will probably start working on that tomorrow or tonight if I don't go to sleep. But anyway, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. And don't forget to check your email for the spiral binding of your catalogs. That went out today. And if you're not on my email list, you can definitely click the link and it will take you to the registration page. Okay, have a great evening, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye-bye.